year, their star-studded cast doing the mahi and getting the results. Goulding, Daly, Travers and Co look to nab another win tonight. After a great Christmas period though, the Breakers have turned their season around and the question is, can they continue their push for a play-in berth? And a night where Melbourne beats provincial New Zealand, can the Breakers get one up over United? It's NBL Hoops in the heart of the Taranaki. Kia ora and welcome to TSB Stadium here in New Plymouth as the Breakers take on the Melbourne United, and we got here an hour and a half before the game and the line was out the door around the corner. They are excited to be here tonight and hopefully can go home with a gift from their Breakers. Great to have you here for this one tonight. I'm Brooke Rusco, joined by Casey Franken. Case, last time the Breakers played, they played the second on the table. They played the Perth Wildcats, and they showed them the business. Tonight, it's King of the Hill United, who are desperate as well. How do they get up tonight?
Well, they're going to have to play a better all-around game over the complete 40 minutes. The United are the top of the table for the reason. They're great offensively, highest offensive rating in the league, best defensive rating in the league. So that means the Breakers are going to have to lift it on both ends. But for me, it's all about the defensive end first and foremost. They have to defend that three-point line, in particular, one Mr. Chris Goulding.
Without a doubt. Now, they can breathe a little bit of relief as well. No Shea Illy for the Melbourne United tonight as well. Arguably the best defender in the league. But they do have one Daly and a squad around him. But how do you feel in that space?
Well, first thoughts to Shea Illy as he's dealing with that. Always want to see him back soon. But if you're going to have a guy who's the second best defender on your team and it's Matthew Dellavedova, that's pretty good. To vet him in and throw him out with his strength, his know-how, his smarts, it all comes together on top of the physical ability he has. You may lose something without Shea Illy, but with Dellavedova stepping in, it's not going to be much.
Well, let's take a look at the ladder. And Melbourne United right at the top there. They've dropped 2 of their last 3. The Breakers still searching for that play-in berth for that number 6. But the one thing about the Hawks and the Breakers is they have games up their sleeves. And as we take a look at some of the games still to come in round 15, straight after this, the Hawks are up 6-2 under Justin Tatum. And they have been busy since he got there. No rest for the Breakers as well. They leave from here and shoot straight to Sydney to wrap up round 15. Now, one man who has stepped up since he joined that starting lineup, Mantas Rupstavicius, has been amazing since he got in there and is shooting the lights out. And
the Breakers have played improved. Now, he's obviously very efficient offensively. Doesn't take bad shots, make good decisions. But today, the spotlight's on him because of the matchup. More than likely going to be matched up against Chris Goulding, and he's going to have to be excellent defensively as well as give his normal contribution on the offensive end to give the Breakers a chance.
And you bring up that man as well, Chris Goulding, one man who is a, what we call, bucket around these ways, can go off on any single night. 3s plus 3s in his last 12 games and an MVP candidate for the 35-year-old.
And becoming an elder statesman of the league, but that game is not elder, that game is young. Range on this side of half court, and if the Breakers cannot slow him down, everything opens up for the United in the half court.
Without a doubt. Now, a couple players who are going to be big or expected to be big tonight is Will McDowell-White. Minutes have been low since he was out with his injury, but fingers crossed, the Breakers can get the Will McDowell-White that they expect and that they love.
And when he's playing his best, this is a free-flowing offense that can really pressure people in half court and in transition. So certainly going to be a big deal if he's able to get back to his best. He hasn't seen it yet, but he's not far off. He's delivering some great passes. He's getting out there and he's getting his team excited when it's not just him on the court. It's really been a bonus for the Breakers.
Well, it is almost tip-off. It's almost a must-win for the Breakers and United, trying to find their rhythm and stay at the top of the hill. Andrew Mulligan, it's almost go time.
It certainly is, Brooke. Thank you so much. This is another big game in Taranaki for the starting 5 for the Breakers. Won 4 of their last 5, but they've dropped that game against Perth on Sunday. They look to atone for it, and that is a strong starting 5 for Modi Maor. You stay with Rupstavicius in that starting 5. The next start, and of course, Lamb, Cheatham, and Matiang up front with Parker Jackson Cartwright, who started every game for the Breakers this season. Starting 5 for Melbourne United. 15-5 on the season, top of the ladder of the NBL, and that is a strong, strong perimeter with Matthew Dellavedova, Ian Clark, Chris Goulding. Kyle Bowen gets the start at the 4th spot, the young man, the 23-year-old, and Ariel Hukporti at the 5 spot. Big game for him as well. He'll have to carry the load with no dual in the the game. This is the referee unit for this game. Michael Aylan, Reuben Wilcock and Marty Davison. With the hot, humid night here in Taranaki, New Plymouth on fire for this game. As Brooks said at the top of the broadcast, they were queuing out the door waiting for them to open, and they have been in here early and loud, Casey.
Very loud, very excited. They are chomping at the bit for this one to start, and I expect a fast start between both teams. This gym is moist right now. Everybody is lathered up, ready to go. There will be no slow starts because these bodies are live.
And you can hear the crowd already. It's only about 2,500 people in this venue, but it is literally packed to the rafters here at TSB Stadium. It's the home of the Taranaki Ears, but tonight it'll host the Breakers and United. It will be Dellavedova who has the ball. Cheatham on him. And then it's a backdoor cut. Chris Goulding using all of that veteran, 35 years old experience against Mantas Ridge-Tavitrius on the baseline.
And a week ago, we saw the Perth Wildcats absolutely murder the Breakers with backdoor cuts on Bryce Cotton. United picks something up there.
Mango Matiang murders them on the baseline at the other end.
Well, how about that drive out of the high post by Cheatham, drawing two defenders, and a powerful finish early by Matiang.
It is a tough Melbourne unit. They are very defensive-minded, but they also can fill it up, averaging 94 points a game. And then Dellavedova, the craftiness to get around Cheatham, but it's Lamb with the rebound.
And those defensive rebounds are going to be ultra important for the Breakers. United, a good offensive rebounding team. The Breakers a poor defensive one.
PJC bending the defense, and he'll go to the line to shoot too.
Well, the only starter for the Breakers in every game this season. He's been the most consistent offensive output they have. So we take another look at the Mango. Matiang, smash, going straight at Hook Porty, and then PJC to the cup. Hook Porty can't get him to miss or without fouling, so two at the free throw strike.
Well, Parker Jackson Cartwright started every game averaging just under 20 points a game. Gets two here. The Breakers up early. They had a good half against the Perth Wildcats, but they were ground down as they go high, down low, as Matiang again wins the battle down low on Hook Porty. Jackson Cartwright operating with Mango at the other end. Right hand and one. PJC driving to the cup again with success.
Well, such speed and quickness is always on display when he's got the ball in hand. First, we take a look at the block on this aim by Matiang. That ignites the offensive opportunity, and Clark just is never able to get in front of him. He comes around that on ball, and Parker Jackson Cartwright keeps him on his hip for the attack and gets himself the three-point play completed with a free throw made just off screen while we were watching the replay.
Early 5-point lead here at TSB Stadium. Beautiful day in New Plymouth. Huck Porty with a little floater. Cheatham slapping that rebound down off the cylinder. And Cheatham going at the young man. And that will be an offensive foul call. And that is a tough move to defend Kyle Bowen. He did the job there.
If I'm Bodie Moore, I don't mind that foul. I like the aggressiveness. I want to see Cheatham try and attack people with his quickness and athleticism, but an excellent job of staying in and taking that charge by the young Bowen, putting his chest on the line and wearing it.
Former Breakers coach Dean Vickerman, championship winner in 2015. Signed an extension with Melbourne United recently. He's done an excellent job again this season. Ian Clark, former King, former Sixer, gets the runner in the lane. Championship winner with the Golden State Warriors in 2017.
Had some Warriors action to double down on the weak side, curls into it, plenty of space for the floater finish.
Jackson Cartwright again, kicks it out. Ridge-Tavitrius going at Ian Clark. And Ridge-Tavitrius, Breakers finding success on the drive.
Trying to manipulate this United defense as much as they can, inside, outside, keeping the pressure on.
Dellavedova kicks it out. Hook 40. Cheatham will have his hands full. Got away with a bit of an arm lock there, and Hook 40 does the strong move inside.
Beautifully soft touch on display. Was a little off balance. Cheatham was really bodying him up. No whistle comes. Still has the strength and balance, especially in the core, to get that finish.
Ripster sees the lane. Left hand floater is good. And Dean Vickerman's seen enough. Timeout United. It's the Breakers with an 11-6 lead here in New Plymouth.
Well, of that 11 points, Ian Clark has given up quite a few of those drives. He's struggling to come off those screens and get in defensive position. That's 2 by Ripster Vicious, and it's 1 by PJC.
Let's have a listen to Tanner Krebs, bench player for United.
Well, Tanner, has been a tough stretch of the season for the United, and it got a little tougher with a couple of injuries. Shea Ely out. What does it mean to this team when he goes out of the game for a game or two?
You know, we've been in this position before to start the season. We had some guys out. Next man up mentality is kind of the way we look at it. You know, it's a good chance for someone like Flynn Cameron to come in and play some big minutes. And, you know, he's been playing at a high level for us, so good chance for him. You know, IC kind of goes down and plays a bit more point guard, a bit more minutes for Delhi. So, you know, yeah, that's for us. It's just next man up mentality, and it's a good chance for some of the younger guys to step into and play some minutes as well.
And speaking from your own point of view, your mentality's been pretty good, coming off a career high with highly efficient scoring. How have you been able to find your place in an extremely talented team and try and work your way to being more influential on the court?
I think with our group, we have so much depth and talent. You know, at any given night, it can be anyone's time to shine. And lately, I've kind of just been I've been that person for us, so it's been a lot of fun. Credit to my teammates and coaches for giving me the confidence to go out there and produce. Hopefully I can just continue to play at a high level, but in the end I just want to win games. So if I can play at a high level and help contribute to wins, that's an added bonus for sure.
Thanks for your time. Good luck tonight.
Mango Mathiang with a breakaway dunk.
Really impressive anticipation there as Dellavedova gets back in the lane.
Great closeout on Goulding. Bobbled around. Still stays with United. Under 10 to shoot now. Goulding, one of the best with the shot clock winding down. Gets in the lane. Fall away. In and out. Lamb with the rebound.
Unbelievable defensive effort early, and it's transitioning to the offensive end for the Breakers.
And it will stay with the Breakers.
This is much as I've seen the Breakers look connected. They're on a string defensively right now. One person rotates, somebody else follows, and there we see the results of the Mango Mathiang anticipation in the lane, flying above the rim for the finish. 2 dunks early in this one for him.
Mantas gets free underneath. Ripster again with another bucket. The next star getting free early.
Look at the footwork. Just beautiful effort there. Goulding trying to get him off balance, but to no avail.
Bowen inside to Hook 40, going at Lamb this time. Trying to get up, and he does. Gets free. This is nice patience from Hook 40 down low.
Well, they're working that at the end of offense, really giving him a chance to take advantage of the Breakers' bigs inside, and he's doing a nice job of it, but it's slow developing to get there.
Will McDowell wide in the game, finds Lamb up high. Hook 40 pulls down that rebound. Breakers with a 7-point lead. Goulding, turns, shoots, back of the iron. PJC looking to break free. Melbourne get back, but that's really difficult to stop. And the open floor, and Ripster knocks down that 3, and Modi Moore and pausing to pick up the defense.
I mean, an explosion on both ends for the Breakers in terms of energy and athleticism right now. Beautiful drive. Look at him draw 4 defenders in the paint on the break. PJC does a great job of finding Ripster afterwards for the triple to get drained. And Ripster off to an unbelievable start in this one.
He has 9 first quarter points.
Wait for the clock, 5:25.
And he's 4 for 4. With 4 minutes and 34 seconds gone, he takes a seat. Isaiah Liafa into the game now. And Cheatham will come back in with Mango Matiang, who started the game strong inside, he'll actually sit down.
And I think most importantly for the Breakers, started the game strong, but without getting in foul trouble. At times, Matiang has gotten those early fouls, and it's hampered his effectiveness as the game gone along, but not so the case today.
Flynn Cameron, son of Pedro Cameron, out there for United. Tipped away though. McDowell wide into the open floor. United get back. Liafa trying to find Lamb. Has it lost. Flynn Cameron goes down to get it. Luke Travis in the game with the ball. McDowell White goes down. Contact, no whistle, play on. Flynn Cameron with the up fake. Good screen by Travis. Handle lost, regathered, plenty of time to go. Goulding with McDowell White on him. Good defense from the Australian. Goulding though loves a fall away and he sticks along too.
Just finding that rhythm. The Breakers doing their best to try and get the United rush, but they are not effective late in that one because Chris Goulding gets the ball in hand and does what he does best.
Cuts the lead to 8 rather. Jackson Cartwright. McDowell White in the corner, under 10 to shoot, a little stagnant for the Breakers. PJC for 3. Bowen with the board. And then PJC and Ian Clark have a little bit of a set to here, a little bit of an elbow thrower.
Ian Clark gave him a shove. I don't know. It's a pot. They came together. Ian Clark had a two-hand shove into his chest afterwards. That's what Parker Jackson Cartwright got agitated with. You see the tight defense, the hand defense down low. There's the foul. That was called, and this was after the whistle, that little shove back. Nothing really in it. Let's get back to playing basketball. Those guys can stay agitated. I like it. Let's be angry at each other. It's time to win a basketball game, baby.
Ian Clark will sit down. It's hot here in New Plymouth, and Ian Clark's a little hot as he stalks the sideline, taking a breather here. Flynn Cameron with the ball. Tanner Krebs now in the game. And out of bounds, another turnover for United. That's turnover number 3.
Breakers have been able to switch late up to this point in the half court. United haven't done a great job of taking advantage of it. They found some success in the post with Hook Porty, but haven't been able to find that space on the perimeter with those little to big switches just yet.
McDowell White, Abercrombie out there for the Breakers. Cheatham driving, left hand and one! Simon Cheatham, just the strength and athleticism to finish.
Of course, he came off a 30-point game the last time he played against the United pre-injury, and it's good to see him moving at his athletic best, but what created that play was the pass. Look at McDowell White zip from the top of the key, just zips it in there, catches ball in a little bit out of position, and enables Simon Cheatham to get the space for that drive with the left hand to get to the finish.
Dellavedova comes in for Flynn Cameron. Flynn Cameron, I love the quotes supplied to us by the NBL. Learned to be a bully on the court from his dad. That's why he loves backing down guards. His dad, Pedro, head coach of the New Zealand national team, told him to stop calling him dad at Tall Blacks training. And then Joe asked him, who is your dad? And Chris Goulding said, he's the strongest expletive you've ever met.
That's an accurate description.
That'll be from the Gold Coast Blaze days, I imagine, when Goulding was a rookie in this league and Pedro Cameron at the end of his professional career. And that pretty much sums up the Cameron family. Tobias Cameron as well, played here for the Taranaki Airs in the Sal's NBL. Bruce Tavitris and his 9 points. With time winding down, happy to back down Goulding. Good defense, cleaned up by Travers. Here's Dellavedova. Back to Goulding with the drive off the glass. He's 35 years old and he plays 31 minutes a game and he hasn't lost a step.
Best job that United have done of moving the ball around and getting Goulding the ball on a closeout. He attacks the closeout so well and sublime with the touch.
McDowell White, Roots Tavitris in the corner, Liafa. Good box out from Bowen.
United have slowed down the pace in the half court just ever so slightly for the Breakers.
Travers stepping through. Wow, foul. They're hot on the United bench right beside us.
Might have been a bit of contact for about 12 dribbles.
Excuse me, Casey. McDowell-White given room. Travis might be a little bit gimpy there, and Cheatham is pushed. And it'll be Bowen who comes and helps him up. Just a little bit too physical defending that.
You know, you get used to banging a guy with all your strength over and over again, and you just happen to catch him that on play. He's just trying to push him into the screen, give Travers a little space to go underneath, but catches Cheatham a little off balance and sends him to the court.
Quite a juxtaposition in coaching tonight. Both excellent coaches. Mody Moore a little bit more demonstrative than Dean Vickerman.
Dino just does it with the look.
He does. Hands on his hips.
Just lasers coming straight through your back. You can feel it.
Liafa back in the corner. Dellavedova with that elite defense he possesses. Here comes United. Crossing over on McDowell-White, kicking it out. Krebs with the catch. Krebs with the three. Breakers really good on the glass tonight here in Taranaki. 8 rebounds to 6.
Neither team with an offensive rebound just yet.
And a foul on the Mantas Ridge-Devitrius drive, taking Brad Newley off the dribble. Brad Newley, been there, done that, quite the resume.
Amongst the longest in the league as we take another look at the drive there. Just expecting him to go to the screen, gets beat on the baseline, ripped through. Nice job by Ridge-Devitrius to read the feet of Brad Newley there. See that he's a little out of position, reject the screen, get himself to the free throw stripe for 2.
10 points now for Mantas Ridge-Devitrius. He has come on lately in the last 5-6 games.
Yeah, he had 4 straight games with 10 points, coincided with his insertion into the starting lineup and the Breakers' 4-game winning streak. The last game against Perth that they lost, not uncoincidentally, was the first game that he hadn't scored 10 in that group of 5.
Dellavedova, under 90 seconds to go in the first quarter. 22-12, the Breakers lead. Dellavedova doing it himself.
Created just enough space to shoot that one over the outstretched hand of Mathieu. Really nice use of the fadeaway in that mismatch.
PJC, Lamb in the corner. Can he get the friendly necky roll? He cannot.
Breakers have missed a few of those corner threes, but I like the way they're manipulating the United defense, drawing those defenders in before kicking it for that corner 3 opportunity.
Well, Melbourne are very good at shooting the 3 ball. They lead the league in percentage and are over 37%. Porty gets loose again, showing the moves he possesses as a next star.
He's up to 6 points or 8 points now, playing extremely well in that low post when he's getting the opportunity.
Coming off that Achilles injury, showing no ill effects of it. Lamb driving, bullying. And that's an offensive foul on Anthony Lamb.
I wonder, Mody Moore is extremely upset about this one. I wonder if you take a look at it, if there's any question about the call. It comes straight into the chest of Tanner Krebs, and no, that's a charge. Nothing to be upset about there.
So no Joe Lawula-Jill in the game, and no Shea Ili in the game tonight. And that really shortens the bench for Dean Vickerman. They are a very good bench unit, though.
Yeah, they go from 11 to 9.
Yeah, that's really short-handed for Melbourne. Dellavedova trying to drop it off. Travers is fouled.
Beautiful pass by Dilly. Getting in the lane and moving that defense around with his eyes. He just drops it off in the last second. There's no angle here right now. He never looks. He just knows. Look at that pass. I think that might have been the hook 40, but it finds Travers.
I know, I'm going, it was for Travers.
The whole way?
Yeah, he wasn't even going towards the rim.
Unbelievable, Don. Great movement by Travers to make himself available and force the Breakers to pay a little punishment for that switching D.
Well, Luke Travers, drafted by the Cleveland Cavaliers, as you see Ariel hook 40, but Travers missed the last 2 games for United. Back tonight, timely return for Dean Vickerman and United. Breakers lead is 5. 4 to shoot in this quarter. PJC kicking it out. McDowell White using all of the clock, and he can't get it to go down. And that's the first quarter in New Plymouth. 22-17, the home team with the advantage. Welcome back to TSB Stadium in New Plymouth, and it's the Breakers with a 22-17 lead, and spearheaded by Mantas Rupstavicius' 11 points. For more from the Breakers at quarter time, Brooke Roscoe.
Yeah, listen in quite closely there, and they love the start of the game, the way they executed, but the last 3 minutes, the intensity on the defensive end really took a hit. You're right, Mantas really got to go in, and why wouldn't you when the Phoenix Suns stick out in the building? But their best offense at the moment is some good defense from the Breakers, is what they're saying.
Cheatham off the PJC drive, too high, and we've got a foul underneath, and
that's a blocking, illegal blocks out there. I didn't see who it was on, but this play stays with the Breakers, as it was Mango Matiang's second effort there that gets rewarded. First, Cheatham comes to the cup, no foul on this attack there. Matiang comes in, and Dellavedova shoving Matiang out of the way is what gets the whistle.
Thank goodness you're here.
It's good when they put the replay on super slow and I can actually call it.
Here's PJC pulling up, knocking that down over Dellavedova. Breakers lead is 24-17.
Well, I love PJC when he gets to that 15-point mark. You have to be so concerned about his speed. You keep backing up, but that's all he wants to get is that spot to let it fly.
Krebs falling away. Breakers get another stop.
That might have been the best defensive rebounding quarter of the season for the Breakers. 0 offensive rebounds given up to a good offensive rebounding team in the United.
Lamb looking for the mismatch on Goulding. Clark comes to help. Lamb holds his pivot foot. Jackson Cartwright for 3, knocking that down. Parker Jackson Cartwright getting loose.
Anthony Lamb's second game when he came to New Zealand was, or first game when he came to New Zealand was against the United. He struggled with Chris Goulding in the post. He got baited into a couple of fouls. He's trying to learn from that lesson as PJC's up to 10.
Dellavedova. Oh, flips it up and in over Mango Matiang.
Oh, just clever. Such an intelligent player. Obviously a role player in the NBA, but his skill set is excellent, and when he gets the chance to build it up, he certainly can.
Mantas gets free. Matty Yang has it stripped away. Great defense from United. Goulding giving it up. Ian Clark. Transition bucket from United. And now the Breakers look to push. Jackson Cartwright looking for an option. Decides to wait for his teammates. Lamb goes at Dellavedova. And then he's going to be called for the foul. And it counts. The continuation.
Well, the balance on display by Anthony Lamb there, really impressive. Dellavedova worked so hard to get back into the play. Little chip there. He's already picked the ball up. I think that's a good N1 call. He had picked it up and went with it. The finish goes in. Dean Vickerman's got his hands up now. He's surprised that he counted it, but they did count it.
Dean Vickerman is wondering why they count that.
Not getting an answer. On the replay, it looks like Anthony Lamb picks that up as that foul is happening, and the United are trying to argue that it's still bouncing. But the arguments fall on deaf ears.
Lamb gets the N1 to go down. Breakers building the lead back up to 9 now. United ball. If you follow the NBL, you'll know that the last few weeks the ladder has been so volatile. And Chris Goulding is volatile. He's cooking with gas. But a contested three as Porty goes down underneath.
I mean, there's no space there. There's absolutely no space, and it's good defense. Mitsubishi trails that screen excellently. He's right on him, gets into it. He recovers after that stop, but you can just skill, man.
You can almost see Mantas's face just go, oh no.
A thing of beauty is a joy forever. Keep that replay on repeat.
He is so entertaining as a player. To watch him get hot. There's PJC now with a mismatch. Hook 40 on him. Great defense. Not many players have been able to do that to PJC this season. He's so crafty. Dellavedova puts it up, knocked away, but it falls to United. Krebs gives it to Dellavedova. It's 10 to shoot. Now he's operating with a mismatch. Lost the handle, slipped out of his hands. Goulding for three!
Oh, that looked good.
And Lamb had it, and then it came off Hook 40's arm, so it will be Breakers' ball.
Loving the effort I'm seeing from Matane early as we watch Hook 40 just pop that ball on the glass. Left some oxygen in there so they could keep playing, but I'm really liking what I'm seeing from Matane. Got switched up there, did a nice job moving his feet and contesting, making it difficult for Dellavedova.
Lamb had it poked away. Now it's Cheatham with the mismatch. Dellavedova on him. Up over the top of the guard, and good defense from Matthew Dellavedova.
Well, they're putting the size on PJC and they're putting the guards on Cheatham, and right now he's unable to take advantage in the post.
And Clark, as Lamb goes into Matthew Dellavedova.
That's a heck of a challenge. Right over the screen. Dellavedova's looking in that midsection of Lamb as he challenges that. Straight through. Good screen set, good whistle. Possession to the sideline. First foul of the quarter for the Breakers. Just 3 fouls overall in this quarter between both teams.
Dellavedova now. Pass it to Krebs. Pinpoint pass. And it is an and-one for Tanner Krebs.
Just great recognition from Dellavedova. He sees that Parker Jackson Cartwright is in that matchup, and Krebs has it. So he's watching it the whole time. He wants Krebs. He's just waiting for him to look because he knows he can just throw over the top and he'll have that finish with Liafa as the only rim protection. That is what you need a point guard for, to read the entire court, deliver the ball to guys as they're moving, maybe when they're not expecting it, but when they should have it.
Jackson Cartwright sits as Will McDowell-White comes into the game. Finn Cameron will come in for Krebs, who made the N1. Lead is 4 for the Breakers now. Make it 3. Extending their pressure on that make. Breakers have mixed success against full court pressure this season. Now Liafa and Cheatham operating. Zion Cheatham just hasn't quite got the rhythm. from inside, so he pulls the trigger from outside, and Roots Davitris, it falls to him as Ian Clark falls down, and we're going to wipe up the floor because it's that kind of night here in New Plymouth.
Yeah, it's a hot game, and these guys are certainly sweating up a storm, so anytime they hit the court, they're going to do the crew is going to do their best to keep it dry, to keep everybody healthy. Nice attack on the offensive glass by the Breakers that time, but the defensive rotation and transition by the United has picked up since the first 3 or 4 minutes of the game. They're taking away those easy opportunities the Breakers were finding early. Cheatham with another strong drive, but as you mentioned, just not finding that rhythm just yet.
Cheatham now 1 for 6 in this game. Dellavedova, and it's going to be a foul on Isaiah Le'afa.
I think Deli got away with a bit of a chicken wing on that one. Dellavedova moving his feet though, so doesn't get it. Watch him just throw this elbow into him to create that contact, the charge right in. Le'afa, pretty good position, but not good enough to get the whistle.
Timeout called, and so will be a Breakers 3-point lead, 30-27. And we'll take an opportunity here to listen to Modi Moa's timeout.
Offense good, we just missed some bunnies, don't worry about it. Multiple actions, great. They're switching the second side, don't hesitate to put the ball in the post. Catch and go to work. They're choking strong from the strong side. So you're not playing really for step-ups, but when you pass, cut, and then the next man out will be open if you have the kick out for the shot. Got it or no? Good. Now, we're in 11X on the other side. Bowen is single cover. Let's get stops. Goulding, Daly, attacking. Let's run flow when we can. Z in the middle with speed. Next play on offense, stump 5. Hey, Lambo, you're the 4. Stump 5. We got paid.
Together. 30-27, 5:25 to go in this first half. Melbourne has lost the first half of the last 4 games, but it has also won 6 of the last 7 against the Breakers when trailing at halftime.
Right where they want them.
Yeah,
right where they want them right now.
And so it will be Dellavedova at the line. After the foul from Isaiah Le'afa.
The depth of this United team to lose Shaylee, one of the premier defenders in the competition, and just have Dellavedova just come right in, pick it up. That is depth of roster construction. Very impressive.
Great story from Matthew Dellavedova about him. He wasn't selected by Brian Gorge and Boomer's coach, and so he turned up to Boomer's camp anyway and made Gorge cut him.
Is that true, Andrew Bogan? Is that true?
That was in my notes from the NBL. I'm just reading it verbatim.
I believe I heard that on one certain Andrew Bogan's podcast.
It was Andrew Bogan, you're right. Apologies to Andrew Bogan. Well, anything Bogan says is true. Ian Clark for 3.
Breakers dominating the defensive glass to a level that we have not seen them do so this season. Still no offensive rebounds for United.
Mantas's pass is broken up by Travis.
Up to this point of the season, the Breakers have been the worst defensive rebounding team in the league with a 46% defensive rebounding rate. That's less than half of the rebounds they've been getting back. And United has not yet been able to make any inroads there. Despite that, they're just down 3 points.
Ian Clark sits. Goulding back out there. Will McDowell-White knocks down that 3.
That's offensive aggressiveness we haven't seen from him since he's returned from injury. When he's been forced to shoot, he has, but he was looking for that opportunity there.
Travis contested by Cheatham. Glam cleans that up.
Those are 2 athletes going above the rim there. Cheatham wins the battle.
Rich Davitris chased by Cameron. A little bit high. Cheatham does so well to catch it. Flynn Cameron has it. He saves it. Dellavedova tracks it down. And then we're going to wipe up a a wet spot where everybody went down because there's
United doesn't like that.
And Dean Vickerman is like, give us the advantage here.
It may be a little bit wet, but come on now. We got a 5-on-3 advantage. Let us finish it. Excellent hustle there by Flynn Cameron, putting his body on the line. Great save, and then Dellavedova goes about 14 feet on the slip.
Dellavedova looking for the backdoor cut from Goulding. Beautiful basketball from those two vets.
They're so concerned about Goulding coming out for that three-point shot. They've given up a couple of back doors now, but they have to change that strategy. They have to stay on his tail, can't force on the high side and give that angle.
11 first half points for Chris Goulding, joining Mantas Rubstavicius' 11 as well for the Breakers. Coming down to 5 to shoot. McDowell White finding Cheatham, too high.
Just a little off center. Had he come to the left side of the rim, that would have been an easy finish, but hits the front.
What a pass from one side of the court to the other from Goulding. Now Dellavedova operating with him up high, backing down Rubstavicius. And he gets it to go down. Matthew Dellavedova taking this half over with Chris Goulding for United.
Loving the fadeaway. He's 3 for 5 from the field now for his 8 points to go along with 5 assists, coming off back-to-back 9-assist games.
Cheatham going at Bowen. Good defense from United again. Flynn Cameron running with him. Goulding to his right. It's Dellavedova with the floater. Rubstavicius, the Lithuanian 21-year-old, pulls down that board.
I like the way United are guarding the post. They're sending that double late when the player turns for a spin, so he doesn't see it coming, and they get that turnover opportunity.
They put it up for Cheatham, and he gives it back to Rubstavicius. He can't get that roll to go down. Is Travers. Oh, great from Bowen. He cleaned out 2 breakers on that Travers drive. And that gives them a tied lead, a tied game at 35.
Lovely screen. Love to see Luke Travers in transition. Look at the space he covers with 3 dribbles there. And this Bowen screen takes out the shot blocking abilities and the ability of the defense to rotate over. Excellent transition opportunity converted, as United are looking to make some inroads, and they've made some inroads in that area here in the second quarter.
Well, for Dean Vickerman and former breaker Reece Carter on the coaching staff there on your screen, it hasn't been the success from deep. The Breakers defending that 3-point line of United's 1 of 6 now in the game. Just that Goulding 3 contested as well, but they're shooting 54%, getting loose and getting the rebound count. And +5 for the Breakers, doing an excellent job. 0 offensive rebounds for Modi Maor given up on the offensive board there from United.
Promising signs for a team that struggled in that area, but I don't think they're going to be able to keep it up for the entirety of the game. 7 turnovers for the Breakers, the big bugaboo right now, to just 3 for Melbourne. And neither team really using the assist to get their buckets. 11 assists total in this ball game, about 28 buckets between the 2 teams.
Well, for more from the Breakers timeout, let's go to Brooke.
Yeah, no surprises right here with Coach Modi, and what they expect right now is the defensive end. They're giving up too much, and the defense, as we said before, was their best offense. They can get out, they can run, they can find mismatches in the post as well, and it's just not happening on the defensive end. 35 points isn't bad. It's been the last 4 or 5 minutes, the possessions that they had to help them get out and run.
That's tough to knock the defensive effort. It's not quite at the level it was early, but 35 points against United with 2:33 left in the half. You'd be pretty happy if you said, that's where we're going to be with this much time remaining. The question is, can they lift that intensity again to find that earliest high level they found to start this game? Oh, we got Flynn Cameron's got a scratch on his arm with a little bit of blood, so it looks like he's going to have to check out of the game for a bit. Matthew Dellavedova back in, who is absolutely drenched with sweat.
And we've got blood on the floor as well, as you can see in the keyway there, in between the Kmart and the Mitsubishi Motors signage.
Yeah, we see Flynn Cameron getting treated on that one, but he's out of the game, just waiting for the blood spots on the floor to get cleaned up now.
Big game coming up after this. The Jack Jumpers and Illawarra Hawks, as you can see, Mango Matiang at the other end trying to listen to Goulding And Porty, what they were talking about at the other end.
Oh, it's always good to get in. Just see if you can be an agitator. Chris Goulding, not a guy you're really going to get flustered.
No.
He's going to enjoy it.
He's unflappable. So it looks like
he's yet to be flapped.
Absolutely. That's what unflappable means.
I gotcha. I was working it out in my head.
Also, excellent use of bugaboo earlier.
Thank you.
I haven't heard that since the 1940s. It's Lamb at the post. McDowell White. Back to Lamb. Contested three. Oh, knocks it down over Luke Travers. And Luke Travers just sort of went, I couldn't do any more.
Up to 8 points now, Anthony Lamb, his first triple of the ball game. The Breakers now 4 for 10 at 40% from deep.
Travers driving. And we're going to foul call on the baseline.
Oh,
is that on Mango Matiang? It is. And that will be foul number 1 on him. Number 2, rather.
Ball in Delhi's hands is the best option in the half court as we take another look at the triple. Travers contests but can't get it through. But Delhi with the ball in his hands, he's just reading the defense, seeing where he's got an advantage. The Breakers, they switch a lot. And at times it's been detrimental to what they're doing in the half court. Right now, Matthew Dellavedova is finding those mismatches. That time was Travers and Leapa in the roll.
Makes a second. Breakers lead is 1. It's tied at 35. Breakers have lead for the majority of this first half. Lamb again, feeling it. Oh, second 3 in a row.
He just gets himself so involved. He doesn't have a high shot diet today. Just 6 shots, but already 11 points, shooting 66% from the field.
Travers. Dellavedova, a rare 3. Breakers with the ball. Leapa. Lamb. Heat check time. Driving. Using that footwork. He seems to slow time down as Leapa's 3 is no good. And
I think that hit the shot clock?
I think it did. And I think we're going to use a timeout here, says Dean Bickerman. So United call time with 1:13 to go in this first half.
I mean, if I'm Dean Bickerman, I feel pretty good about this game. It's a hostile environment. It's a tough place to get to. It's nothing comfortable about today's game. The Breakers came out early and played fantastically, but all that's happened. Still don't have an offensive rebound. Just down 4 points with 1:13 to go. Pretty much right where they want to be.
And let's have a look at the ladder of the NBL because it is so volatile. Everybody is beating everybody, which is just fantastic. And then you can have a look there. The Breakers, it's a live ladder as well. So if they get the win, the Breakers move into 6th spot. That changes every 30 seconds or so across a round. It's been round 15. Melbourne, they'll still lead the league with 15 and 6, and they have a decent lead on the Perth Wildcats, who are surging as well.
But it's just all stuck together. 12 and 7 for the Wildcats, all the way down to 7 and 13 for Adelaide. Nobody is out of it yet, and nobody, with the probable exception of the United, are into it either.
Are you calling it? Is it 14 wins this season that'll get you into the 6?
I think 14 is the number that you're going to be looking at, but it's going to come.
15 was the magic number.
15 will definitely get you in, but I think 14. But if you get 14, it's going to come down to the matchups, who win what, because there are so many teams that are just locked in. You can see the points percentage. There's not that much separating the contenders at this point.
Let's go to Brooke.
Yeah, once again, down with this New Zealand Breakers timeout. And if you're a fan of the Breakers, sitting in a pretty good place, and they like where they're sitting at the moment, 41 points, but don't like the way that they're playing at the moment, which is a positive side. They're not getting into flow. They're not moving. The ball is sticking. And once again, it comes down to that defensive end. And it's easier said than done when you have to stop a man like that.
Chris Goulding, foul taking the 3. Tom Abercrombie has to walk it off. He's seen that so, like, probably for all his professional basketball career.
There would certainly be a bit of frustration on Tommy for getting his hand caught in the cookie jar on that possession. The excellent job of Ariel Hook Porty there to switch the angle on the screen. He went from a middle long ball to that touch screen on the baseline, and that late changing of the angle gave Goulding enough time to get that shot up and get fouled.
Ball don't lie for Tom Abercrombie. As Modi Maoa talking to his next star, Mantas Ritstavitris. 21 years old, the Lithuanian, had success at the under-20s with his national team, world champs, a few years ago now. And he has shown what potential he has. Growing up in Lithuania playing basketball, I think when you're 6 years old, you play professional basketball.
I've had the pleasure of playing in Lithuania, seen some of the junior clubs in action, and they are fundamentally sound from a very young age. More so than I probably was ever as a professional or national team member.
So Goulding 2 for 3 on that trip to the line. Breakers lead is now 2. We've got a kick ball, and we'll stay at that end of the court. 47 seconds to go, 16 seconds on the shot clock. And this has been a good half of basketball. Interesting stat coming up at halftime from Casey Frank about the third quarters of these two teams.
Oh, I'm gonna have to write that one down now. I can't do it off memory.
I told you before the game what that stat was, and you said I'm gonna take it. As Lamb knocks down his third triple in the quarter.
Really finishing strong, up to 14 points now at an unbelievable percentage. 14 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists.
It's not even my stat, I just read the notes.
That's yours, you saw it first. It belongs to you.
No, this is the kind of stuff you gotta foreshadow, you gotta set it up. At halftime, 44-39. Hook Porty. A little bit out of his comfort zone with that runner there.
There's the first offensive rebound of the quarter.
And we've got travel. We've got another turnover. That'll be the 4th from United. As Luke Travers is a little bit incredulous. Well, not a little bit, quite a bit.
Let's see from the replay. We do see some action on the arm there. Not a bad shot. Great rebounding position by Travers. Comes in and a little bit of a foul there.
It's that kind of game at the moment.
It's a physical game. I think both teams are getting away with a finals level of physicality.
Will McDowell White from aisle 3 of the Bunnings Warehouse sign. And that'll end us for the first half as Will McDowell White and the Breakers head off with a 5-point lead. And you come back at halftime for that stat from Casey Frank. It's a must listen to, as Brooke Rusco will have a couple of walk-off IVs as we head towards halftime.
PJC for you, 11 at the half, 44 points to 39 to the Breakers. What'd you take away from that first 20?
Yeah, we started strong. You know, offense was flowing. Defensively, you know, we had some breakdowns, but overall, we're competing.
This team is #1 and they're #1 for a reason. How do you close this one out and get back in the winning circle and make it 4 out of 5?
Yeah, we got to clean a lot of things up, be a whole lot better in the second half.
Good luck in the second.
Thanks.
Chris Goulding makes his way in here at the moment. As cool as they ever come, you've seen a whole lot of traps, you've seen switches, different coverages, but nothing seems to phase you. What are you seeing out there?
Oh, man, we let Lamb get off. A couple of those with contested. Not bad defense, but we got to know when a player like that wants the ball and wants a shot. So low scoring kind of at the moment, so we got to look to get out and run and get some more easy baskets.
Breakers are a big scoring team in their third quarter. What's important after the half?
Oh, just lock back in. You know, we showed in stretches there we can be really good defensively. We need to see more of it.
Good luck in the second.
Looking forward to that third quarter stat from Casey Frank. I know you are as well. We'll take a break. Casey will read the stat and they'll have it for you. 44-39 here in New Plymouth.
to the Hungry Jacks highlights here at TSB in New Plymouth as the Breakers are up 44-39 over the #1 Melbourne United. And it started off with a hiss and a roar for the Breakers. But United, as they do, chipped away and got this one back.
Yeah, the Breakers are doing it with defense. They're making things difficult in the half court and finding enough offense to get to that 44-point mark. But most impressive is the rebound. It limited United to just one offensive rebound in the first half, coming in as the worst offensive rebounding team in the league, something they can certainly be proud of.
Without a doubt, that man got going. We'll talk about Chris Goulding very shortly. Let's take a look at the stats because we love numbers here at the Hungry Jacks highlights. What do you take away from this, Case?
Well, what I take away is the Breakers with a lead at halftime are not safe against United. In the last 7 games that they've beaten United at halftime, that they've had the lead, United have come back and won 6 of those. Woo. So this is certainly something the Breakers are thinking about in there, as well as United. They know they still got a chance, but of the stats we see there, 3-pointers, just 1 for 7 for United. Chris Goulding's come in, averaging 3 in his last 10, at least 3. So that's got to change. If they can keep it that way, the Breakers will win.
That's a real promising sign right there for Melbourne United. 1 of 7 now, one man. Took a while to get into the ball game, let the game come to him, Anthony Lamb, but he ended up with 14 and 14 quick.
And that's why he's such a valuable player, because he doesn't have to enforce his will in the game. Eventually the ball's going to find him, and he's got the skill to finish. He's playing with great efficiency right now, shooting over 60%, doing it from deep, doing it from inside. And as this game goes along, I would not be surprised to see that ball find his hands with more frequency.
And he is finding his rhythm, and he doesn't force anything. Like we've said multiple times, it's like he's playing at the Y, slow motion with the potion, but he gets it done, gets to his spots. And like we said, 14 points in the half. Now, one man who is cooler than the other side of the pillow is Chris Goulding. I would hate to have to mark him because he is a flamethrower. And he got to go in again.
And he doesn't stop moving in the half court. Everything's focused on getting the touches. The back door to start the game off, putting the defense on its heels immediately. You look at the defense, it's great. It's all over him. Doesn't matter. I'm going to drop a jumper. Once again, you go out hard, he gets the ball in the short closeout, rips through, gets some contact, doesn't matter, another bucket. And this is as impressive as anything. The lone triple of the ball game for the United, maybe the most difficult one. And you love to see a player shoot like that. Blackmore shows us, Blackmore supplementing our stats here at halftime. And you see Goulding, that's not an average shot chart for him. He's doing a lot of his work on the interior. Expect that to stretch out behind the arc in the second half.
And maybe Reese from last week as well, as Perth did a great job getting Bryce Cotton open on those back cuts, and Chris Goulding found himself a couple as well. Now, Case, I heard about it. What's this big stat?
I already said it. That was it. It was the halftime.
Oh. I've been sitting over here waiting for the big stat.
But that is the thing. The Breakers have it in the back of their mind. They're often up on United at halftime, but they cannot close the deal. More often than not over there, but on their home court as well. What can they do to make that change today in front of a raucous crowd?
No Shea Ellie tonight as well. Tall Blacks point guard and Melbourne United point guard as well. But Daly has his fingerprints all over this ball game. Just an absolute point guard and finding his guys.
And it's exactly what it is. It's not just that he's looking for a little bit of his own offense and playing great defense, but the way he's manipulating and delivering the assist. He's leading the league in assists right now for qualified players. Back-to-back 9-assist game coming in. I expect him to get top that today.
Well, I tell you, we are sweating and we ain't even playing in here. It is hot at TSB. Who is going to get this dub? We will be back right after the break.
Welcome back to New Plymouth, everybody. No mai haere mai. It is the Breakers up 5, 44-39. And for more from the coaches at halftime, Brooke Roscoe joins us just meters away.
Here we are, guys. Yeah, had a nice chat to Dino there at halftime, and he said that the containment was pretty poor to start the half for Melbourne United. I thought they tidied that up pretty well. The second thing they need to do is get different switches, because the switches are coming from that 1-4 switch with Daly, so they need to get a different look from that. And outside of that, they're struggling to make shots, what always makes it hard. And talking down to Modi quickly as well. You don't really get much from Coach Modi.
What'd you get?
Well, we've got a little bit. Family's been good over the break. He has some good breaks, and he's eating well. But the Breakers aren't eating well at the moment. They're up 5, but he's not happy with how they're going. They need to continue to contain Daly, contain Goulding, and they're going to be in the fight to win this ball game.
Well, thank you very much, Brooke. I appreciate it. And for more on what worked for the Breakers in that first quarter, it was all about Mantas Rivstavicius getting off early.
He certainly did. He was attacking the rim, really showing the soft touch with that left hand of his, working it from all angles, and aggressive. You love the aggressiveness from him, not settling for the jump shot. And you look at the efficiency, 67% from the field on the season coming into the game. He had an effective field goal percentage of 68%, above that today. And I mentioned it in the first half, but his insertion in the starting lineup and his lift in production has coincided with the Breakers changing into the season. And in the last 5 games, they're 4-1. In the 4 wins, he's had 10 points. And today, he's got 11.
Well, the 3 ball was falling for the Breakers. Anthony Lamb contributing with 3 of 5. And those 3 coming in that second quarter. And for United, they are the leading 3-point shooting team in the league at 37.4%. Held to just 1 of 7 by the Breakers. They're actually 10th when it comes to defending that 3-point line.
And that's one stat that's extremely surprising, but not as surprising as the rebound differential right now. The Breakers, the worst rebounding team in the league with a 46% defensive rebounding rate. And sometimes you miss shots. You might have a bad game. You might go 1 for 7.5. You don't, it goes up and it goes down. But offensive rebounds is an effort category. United and Dean Bickerman would be disappointed with that effort in the first half. To have 15 misses and only get 1 of those back is not what they expected coming into this one.
Third quarter about to get underway. And it is the best third quarter team in the league, and the Breakers may average close to 30 points. As Ian Clark, who struggled in that first quarter, bobbles it, gives it free. Cheatham can't get it. Porty has it. And Dellavedova will pull the trigger. And Cheatham finally gets his hands on it.
And you can see already United a bit more concerted on the offensive glass than in a few more bodies.
Breakers average close to 24 in the third quarter, excuse me. Lamb wants a mismatch, but he's got the backdoor seal on Dellavedova. Works to the 3-point line. Matiang stepping around. Hook Porty.
That's pretty.
Oh, wow. The big man showing the finesse.
The shift in direction looked like he's going right all the way, but the switch to the left hand late with the kiss off the glass.
Dellavedova operating with hook 40. Goulding trying to get free. The switch coming from the breakers. He spins all around and Cheatham gets his second rebound. Goulding. The creativity. As Lamb, he wants the seal. He has it now. Goes back up high. Uses the body on hook 40, and it's Matiang getting an offensive rebound. And hook 40 looked like he got all ball on that, but he's pulled for the foul down low.
And not a lot of foul trouble for the United just yet, but great effort by Anthony Lamb on the offensive glass to keep that one alive. Give Matiang the opportunity. Goes up with a fake. Gives Hook 40 a chance to get back in. Just a bit too much contact on that one.
So Hook 40 picks up his second. They were intently looking at the replay on the United bench right beside us. Decided it's worth to wear one here as Mango is not a terrific free throw shooter. In fact,
You're kind with the descriptions. Not a terrific one.
59% from the foul line, so he may hit the second.
There you go. Well, if you miss the first at 59%, the odds are.
Hit me with it.
I don't know. But I appreciate you thinking I would know that.
I do. Ian Clark. Putting it up for Hook 40. Hook 40 didn't quite time it, a little bit high. PJC running the other way. Cheatham gets it back. Lamb chased off the three-point line. Corner three from Rustavicius. And Matiang and Hook 40 battled for it, and it will stay with the Breakers.
Love the ball movement in transition, making those extra passes. Rustavicius thought he got fouled in the shot, but the effort of Matiang makes it a null point. Getting in second possession for the Breakers.
Pin down for Lamb from Rustavicius, and he just takes a couple of steps up, gets the ball, and just uses his frame to separate him and Dellavedova.
The play's designed to get that catch further out, but Lamb rather well knew he had the advantage down low.
Anthony Lamb quickly to 16. Dellavedova in the key.
Playing so well. He's just
so well.
He's taking exactly what the Breakers are giving him. You're going to put that big on him and give him that space for that floater. He'll take it. He's forcing nothing but taking everything.
Jackson Cartwright darting through the key. Gets it back. Under 10 to shoot. Stepping back. Front of the rim. Goulding recovering nicely on the challenge. Here comes Ian Clark. A 50-40-90 shooter for United, and gets that floater from the give and go with Hook 40. Shout out to Daniel Kickett. I think the last time we had a 50-40-90 shooter for United.
Kings, maybe? Can't remember if it was the Kings or United, but either way, that's good shooting.
He played for both. He's on the Kings coaching bench as well. Anthony Lamb hits his fourth three.
He is just finding the basketball right now, up to 18 points. If it's inside, if it's outside, he's doing damage.
Clark. Oh, what a look to Bowen. Three players with eyeballs on him.
Had that one in his hip pocket the whole time. He saw the spacing with Bowen. Can't leave Clark there on that curl because he's in scoring position already, but sets up that little curl pass nicely.
Tell you what, the Kings could do with a 50-40-90 shooter to stretch that forward. The moment as Lamb gets tied up, left his feet, turned it over. Dellavedova was there, of course he was. Goulding gave it up. Clark knocks down that three, and Clark has come out of halftime looking more poised.
Love that extra pass from Goulding there. He had the look, but he's trying to get Ian Clark going. He knows he needs the ball in hand a little bit more, makes that extra pass to do so.
Lead is 4. PJC. What's the call on the baseline? They want to travel. They want to carry. They don't want the foul call, but that's what's going to happen. Number 21 is Ian Clark called for it.
It looked like he lost the basketball, and it popped up. Not that he was keep dribbling, and then he grabbed it and put it through. They're taking another look at the Goulding extra pass. PJC closes out. Nobody to get to Ian Clark, and he rattles it home. And on the other end there, we see Parker Jackson Cartwright lose it for a second before he gets possession again. and hits the first from the free throw line.
Lamb sits down. He's had another excellent game for Mody Maor. 19, the average is just over 20, as Travis does a good job getting that rebound. Clark has come out hot, feeling it. Heat check time. PJC steps in front of him. And what do we have here? We've got a kick ball. And it will go to United.
Wow. That's a good effort there by PJC to get back into it. Ian Clark makes it difficult, but he's unable to corral it before putting his foot to it. So possession stays with United. I thought he had it after he had possession, but United's only get 14 on the shot clock, not a full 24.
Tenuous 5-point lead. We've got a whistle off the ball. And
Mr. Vicious, I think, trailing Goulding.
With a hold on the arm, rips to Vicious.
And you're okay with those kind of fouls for a young player against the vet. Just the first foul of the game for him. But it's okay to get a couple of extras, making it hard on a scorer like Goulding. You got to make him feel you. You can't give him easy looks at any point in time. Easy looks like that one.
Oh, yeah. Just Chris Goulding doing Chris Goulding things.
Well, a nice creation on that baseline, out-of-bounds play, the back screen. Simple action, a lot of teams use it, but good action.
Chris gonna Chris, that's for sure. McDowell White gives it up. Lead is 2 for the Breakers. Rooster Vitrus. Ian Clark. Picked up by the Lithuanian next up. Porty, the German national. With Matiang on him. The defense from Mango Matiang. And it's the role players. As Luke Travis gets the tip in. Krebs is there, helps out Will McDowell White, who's slow to get up as he went down on that United offensive rebound charge.
Initial effort was tremendous by Matiang. Really got Porty off balance, but look at Krebs underneath, just wedges his way through Willie McDowell White. And Travers with the big advantage on PJC in the second time around. Offensive rebounds creeping up, just 1 at halftime for Melbourne, up to 5 now.
Will McDowell White's name mentioned in NBL Marketplace, free agency. A lot of talk about what teams need, who's leaving, who's staying, as PJC watch it go halfway down and pop back out. All tied up at 53. We're tied up at 35 in the first half as Travis looking to back down Liafa. Travis misses that. Good defense from the Breakers reserve guard. Jackson Cartwright lost his footing. Almost banked in high for glass, but it went over the back. And so it will be Breakers' ball. It came off the United hand.
Breakers are struggling to keep up with him in the transition game. He's got so much quicks, he outruns all his support. And when he gets here, he's got nowhere to go. Ball off Porty's hand before it hits the back of the standard.
Goulding sits. Dellavedova out there. Bowen, Travis, Ian Clark. And Krebs out there. Matiang with the catch. Matiang is fouled as he drove.
Ambitious with the dunk attempt, but got the contact first. So it goes back to the free throw line as he reads the defense really nicely. That's looking for the handoff initially, but he has the space. A nice job there to just force the foul by Bowen and not give him the opportunity to elevate.
So Matiang, 1 of 2 from his previous trip to the line. He really has improved over the last few weeks, few rounds of the NBL, Mango Matiang.
It's opportunity, I think, more than anything. When Cheatham went down with the injury, they were forced to rely on Matiang a little bit more, who hadn't yet earned the trust of Coach Mody Maor. But with all that playing time came some familiarity with what his role was supposed to be, and he's playing it at a much higher level of efficiency now.
This is the second. Matiang 2 of 4 from the line. Breakers at 9 of 13. There's a big free throw discrepancy last time the Breakers played and they lost to the Wildcats on Sunday afternoon. Liafa, one of the best at stealing the ball, gets his hand to it and it came off a United hand. And so it will be Breakers' ball.
Breakers, when they're able to get in the passing lane and not overextend and open up for those back doors, are really forcing United into difficult actions in the half court. But when the United are able to manipulate that aggressiveness in the back doors, they're getting the upper hand.
Cribbs doing a good job on McDowell White. PJC on the reverse, I think he's blocked, but it goes to Lamb and he's blocked.
Well, I thought that was on the way down. I think Trevor's a little lucky.
And we're going to travel. Another United turnover. Trevor's, he doesn't feel like he traveled the last time he was called for it.
I'd like to see that replay to see if the steps actually got in. We're taking a look at the review here. So he's dribbling. Still on the dribble. That's 2 steps. He is hard done by there. Pretty easy to see in super slow-mo, though.
Cheatham in the corner. McDowell White driving. McDowell White with the right hand. He goes down hard.
A lot of contact at the rim.
And he is not 100%, that is for sure. Bowen, he travels. And then Moody Mawson, he travelled. And then it's going to be Will McDowell White walking off with another gimpy-looking wrist injury. And that is not a good look for Will McDowell White. He's not even bothering to stay on here.
Take another look at the attack. Looks like he gets fouled to me by Travers there. And he comes down pretty hard on the hand. He instantly grabs that left.
It has been that kind of season for Will McDowell White. Hopefully he is going to be okay. That is not a great sign. Liafa driving, tough drive. Lamb for 3. What a closeout by Travis, who again can just shake his head as Anthony Lamb swishes another one.
The skill of Lamb, he is just not fussed with any defense coming at him. He plays the same no matter what the pressure is.
Dellavedova hits a 3.
Heating up from deep. Breakers did such a nice job in that first half of limiting those opportunities. They had just 1 make. Now up to 4 for 12 at a respectable 33%.
Brooke Rusco is there on the back of the Breakers bench. Looking at Will McDowell White being attended to by the training staff as Cheatham gets the follow.
Bouncy. That is Bouncy, doing a nice job of making the shots difficult for BJC at the rim, but you gotta box out afterwards.
Well, let's go to Brooke Rusco, who's got a bit of an update for us from that Breakers bench, and Will McDowell White.
I've done a real eye test here, but gave it a little look as well. I got the thumbs up, but this looks like he landed awkwardly. It's not that shoulder that he was on. The wrist seems like it's going to be okay, and Breakers fans can breathe a sigh of relief that he might step back into this ball game.
That's great news. That's great to hear. Will McDowell White, he's been talked about in free agency again. He had it last time. This is last off-season. He's having his name bandied about again as we have a foul before the ball's inbounded.
Is that going to be a free throw?
Is that before it's inbounded, so... Will be Breakers ball again. Moody Moore is wondering what's going on here.
United ball on the baseline.
Travis from Dellavedova. What a play.
And Luke Travers up to 9 points now. Another beautiful stat that was delivered to us. United 12-1 when Luke Travers scores 12. Or sorry, 10.
Cheatham in the corner. He knocks down that 3. Breakers 9 of 21 from downtown.
Loves the corner 3, and he got energized by that putback, feeling a little...
Porty has a mismatch in height, and beautiful little hook.
He's just really playing well when he gets time in the post. When the double team comes or when that game it's tougher.
Jackson Cartwright. Rivstovicius. Lamb in the corner. Liafa's three can't drop. Isaiah Liafa now 0 for 4 from downtown.
2 for 1 opportunity here.
Dellavedova lost the handle, another turnover. It's number 9 for United. Here comes Lamb. And Lamb will go to the line to shoot 2.
Well, they don't like the call, but a lot of contact there initiated by Anthony Lamb, but players are on the move, and Dellavedova was trying for the 2 for 1. He was trying to get on the rim, just loses the handle on the other end. Lamb attacks, and it looks like that one's going to be contested in the replay.
They're talking about it.
Talking about calling a timeout.
Yeah, they are.
He's going to do it.
They're going to challenge it. I think they feel as though Hook Porty was moving, but in time with the ball and the player. And so they will review it as a coach's challenge here.
Yeah, and there seemed to be minimal contact, but it depends on where it is, and it depends on what the call was, which I didn't hear if it was on the arm or on the body. Didn't look like a lot of arm contact. Taking another look at the drive. There's contact everywhere, but where is the foul called? Was it called on the body with a blocking foul? Was it called on the arm? That is what we're looking at. It has to be the specific action that was called. Taking a really long look at this look on the baseline is the replay crew that's sitting just next to me. Seeing the contact that's happening there, deciding whether or not that's what it is. And this, not an easy one. This might take a little bit of time. They're looking at multiple angles here, but with 25 seconds left and a 2-point ball game, this could really shift the momentum heading into the fourth quarter.
Well, the Breakers have been held to 18 third quarter points here. They average just a tick under 24. And the United defense to the 4 here in the third. Still reviewing this drive from Anthony Lamb. Hook Porty's defense gets an arm to the side of the face, but where was...
I mean, that does look like contact, but I don't know if they called the forearm to the face. I think it was a bit later on the shot itself, not on the drive. That's the problem with super slow-mo. It looks like a foul in real time.
You're about to get Michael Aylen, all of Michael Aylen in your living room right now.
After review, the coach's challenge is successful. The call on the floor will be cancelled. There's no foul in the play. We will restart with the jump ball from centre circle.
So a great call from United bench, challenging that call. They didn't like it initially, and it's been overturned.
And they saved Hook Porty from a third personal foul. That'll come off the board now.
That's huge. They are down a big as well. Joe Lual-Achul is out with injury, as well as, I should say, Shea Ili, Tall Black's point guard, with a mild concussion. He's been plagued by concussion, so feeling for Shea again. And we jump it up, and it's going to be Breakers' ball, is it? It came off Hook Porty's arm, his hand, and no one touched it. And now and what's happening now? Are we going to review the touch? Are we going to have a committee? We're going to talk about it?
The call was made. Dellavedova is just enforcing his will on the officiating crew here. Forced him to discuss it, but no change in the call.
And so it will be Breakers' ball, 14 to shoot, 24 left in the third.
Chiki the Kia getting into the chat.
And we've got multiple sirens going off. And TSB Stadium waits. And what is the call from Michael Aylen?
So sub.
So Tom Abercrombie would like to come back into the game. And so it will be Rustavicius taking a seat.
So I'm thinking they're saying they can't sub on that play. Alas.
Creeping ever so slowly towards the fourth quarter here in New Plymouth. It's been a beautiful day here in Taranaki.
Lovely day. Sun is shining. United are very excited to do the extra travel to get down and see a little bit more of the country.
Rustavicius stays in the game. And Abercrombie does not come into the game. And so it will be Breakers ball, 7 to shoot. Will McDowell-White back in the game, which is a good sign, obviously. That pass is broken up. Porty goes down, and it will be United. Shot clock is off. 6 to shoot in the third quarter. Dellavedova trying to find somebody. Oh, what a look from Matthew Dellavedova. Chris Goulding. Oh, my goodness, they tie it up in 62. What a play to end the third quarter. We'll be back after the break in New Plymouth. Welcome back to New Plymouth. TSB Stadium, we're locked up at 62. Melbourne has won the last 9 games when allowing fewer than 90 points in a game in the NBL. For more from what they had at three-quarter time, we go to Brooke Roscoe.
Yeah, and an avalanche can't come at any point. We got Chris Goulding on the team, but the message was clear from Dean Vickerman there at that quarter-time break, as Anthony Lamb is the danger man. They need to show bodies on him. They can't give him any of those threes, make him see bodies, put it on the paint, finish over numbers, but he is going to be the look here in the fourth, and they need to slow him down.
Oh, so he just throws it up for Matthew.
Porty has done such a nice job defending that lob all day long, but a perfect pass from Lamb avoids the defensive hand that time.
Porty stepping through. Lamb stays with him. Can he get the roll? He can. Ariel Porty's having a big game for Melbourne in the middle.
Up to 10 points now, but showing great patience on those catches to get back to that preferred left hand.
Oh, great rip through from Cheatham. Got Luke Travers reaching.
Aggressive defense. Melbourne United's looking a little bit more as we take a second look at that beautiful pass.
If you just bobble it, just throw it up. Oh, what a look! Chris Goulding steps in, pulls up for 3. Of course he does. Gets it back. Of course he does. Has it blocked. Travis has it. 3 ball from Krebs. Knocks it down. United bench up on their feet.
Right. The last play of the third quarter, and that being the first score of the fourth, is a huge momentum lift for this United team. That kind of play, that kind of hustle, it's infectious. Everybody on the team can catch it.
Jackson Cartwright, 11 points for him. Hits the back of the iron. Goulding has it again. 4 breakers are back. Krebs to Dellavedova. Lamb on him. But Porty comes up high and throws an elbow right into the face of Anthony Lamb. And Porty will go over and check on him. And that was unintentional. And Lamb copped it.
Wear those sometimes. Take another look at it. Coming in and just smacks him up in the head. Just slipped off.
That's Casey Frank stuff.
It's slippery.
That's Casey.
It was an
Frank.
accident, obviously.
It was an accident from Porty. That is true. Cheatham. Travers on him. Jackson Cartwright gives it back to Cheatham. Mango Matiang is fouled. He'll go to the line.
Beautiful passing on the interior. Quick little drop off. Because the United have done a nice job of rotating that first rotation, but they haven't been forced to that second rotation very often. You see just a little bit late for Goulding. Gets caught underneath instead of going on the high side to take the pass away, enabling Matiang to go back to the line where he has been semi-successful today at 50%.
True to form, this is the first.
2 for 5 now. 10 points, 2 rebounds, an assist, a steal, and a couple of blocks from Matiang on the evening.
So makes the second. United leaders 2, 67-65. Team number 1, sorry, against team number 8, Case. Oh, Travers from Dellavedova!
No, I was just about to say before that United have looked really comfortable in the half court right now. The breakers aren't putting enough pressure on all spaces all over the court and getting a little lax on the weak side, as we see there with the Travers jump.
Lamb. Oh, Cheatham! Oh, my goodness! His head was just below the rim.
He caught the ball and then raised another 5 or 6 inches. That boy is bouncy.
And it goes back.
Oh, my God! Where's the
just
D?
raining buckets here in New Plymouth.
This is like when I used to play NBA Jam. He's on fire. Luke Travers over 10 points now. United 12-1 when he scores 10.
Cheatham on the baseline. Matiang with the catch. Lamb. Goulding has it again. Dellavedova, who wants an alley-oop from Delhi. Takes Cheatham off the dribble. PJC has it. And that came off Parker Jackson Cartwright's foot.
It looked to me like Goulding was trying to foul him on purpose. We see this one on Cheatham. That is beautiful. Travers, the second time around, up and over the rim. Highlights galore. But on the fast break, I think Goulding got away with the foul. He reaches out to stop the play because he saw that he was on an island and PJC got by. But instead, forces the turnover.
Ian Clark back in the game. McDowell White has him. Goulding running Liafa through screens. Good coverage, doesn't matter. Goulding misses that 3, Cheatham with a rebound. PJC over half court. Cheatham with the trailer. It's Liafa going left. Can he hit a 3? No, he can't. He's 0 for 5.
A struggle for Liafa. He is a hot, cold player, but it's icy at the moment.
Down 4 on the breakers. United on the road. Number 1 team in the league. Under 10, Goulding. Cheatham. Offense! Oh my goodness! Chris Goulding.
I mean, that's just skill. He's got just enough space. Used a little elbow to clear it and keep the shot blocking ability of Cheatham at bay.
Goulding has 20. Averages 18. Jackson Cartwright. Falling away, and he drops that down.
PJC, he's had some good looks. He's been cold for a while, just 4 for 11 now, but maybe that's the one that gets his eye in. And the United are coming to the bench exhausted. They are putting everything out there defensively. Let's take another look at the Goulding shot. PJC with the fadeaway. There is an unbelievable level of shot breaking going on right now.
73-69 in New Plymouth. 5:54 to go in this 4th quarter. Snooze timeout. Breakers down 4.
This is game time. This is when they have to nut down and find exactly out what they need to do. It hasn't been good enough defensively for the last 5, 6, 7 minutes. So they need to find a way to pressure the basketball, but still be in possession on the back end, then finish it with the rebound. Offensively, United, they need to keep getting the ball in the hands of their decision makers. Goulding, Clark, Dellavedova. Those are the guys that you want to have the ball coming down the stretch, making great decisions and putting the ball in the hands of the people who have the advantage. On the offensive end, the Breakers have been stagnant this quarter. They're not getting enough motion in the half court, and they've been slowed in transition. We need to play it with that pace and that urgency that we saw early in the first half.
73-69. It is United with the momentum here in the fourth quarter. Things are starting to work for United. Let's go to Brooke Roscoe.
Yeah, listening to Coach Modi there in that timeout, and Luke Trevor's name was the one that popped up a bunch. He's made a big impact. His fingerprints have been all over this ball game since he came back in. Genuine started, didn't start there tonight, but has had a big impact in the synergy between him and Daly. Throw it at the rim, and he's had a date with us, and did a good job of him and this man right here.
Oh, here we go. Misses that three, does Chris Goulding. Cheatham.
Cheatham's got the mismatch. He just needs to back him down. Instead, he goes out in the perimeter.
And that came off the referee, so that stays with the Breakers here.
Krebs got a hand to it just beforehand.
Lamb comes in for Liafa. Matiang looking for the handoff. PJC off to the right. Hook Porty with it. Is it to Clark? Matiang helps out. Goulding gives Hook Porty the nod. Big screen from Hook Porty. Plenty of time still. Matiang gets it. Hook Porty with 4 to shoot. In and out.
Well, that would have been a bad sign for the Breakers if that one dropped.
Dellavedova ready to check back in for Dean Vickerman and United. Lamb tied up. Blocked by Hook Porty. Lamb fights for it. Gets it back. Does Will McDowell White and the Breakers. Jackson Cartwright hits a big three with a shot clock winding down.
Little man coming up big when the Breakers need at most a 1-point ball game with 4:20 to play.
Krebs has it blocked by Mango.
His third of the game.
Goulding. Jackson Cartwright with a rebound. New Plymouth starting to find their voice at TSB Stadium. Cheatham lost the handle.
Oh, that's unfortunate. They were waiting for that highlight play, and so was Cheatham. Anticipated just a bit. Took his eye off the ball, thinking about the finish. And United get another chance against a reinvigorated Breaker defense here in the fourth quarter.
Bowen.
It ain't pretty.
Down that three.
But it's effective.
Modi Mahua.
He does not like that. He is not happy about this defense in the fourth quarter. The shots that United are getting are wide open. The 2 Travers lobs, that Bowen triple. Breakers just getting lost at the wrong time.
He is a 42% three-point shooter. He takes 4 attempts a game.
He should. He drops them. I mean, not everything has to be hung in the Louvre, especially that jump shot.
It's a timeout here, 76-72. Modi Moore livid, and the breakdown on that perimeter defense.
It looks like that's been called a 2 now. We've gone back, it's down to a 3-point lead.
And here we go. Bowen with a foot on the line. And then a foot back, but it's still a toe on the line. Someone tell KD in the nets.
That makes it a little bit better for Breaker faithful.
Or LeBron and the Lakers.
Oh, yeah, definitely. LeBron, more topical. More topical.
Three-point lead here in New Plymouth, 75-72 to the visitors. Melbourne United.
I can't tell. Are the Taranaki faithful excited about this ball game?
They are so jacked. I love it. This game was sold out like weeks ago.
Essentially when it was announced. Lined up an hour and a half before the ball game and trying to make it an inhospitable environment for the visitors, but United really don't care. And we've got a technical foul, I believe, on Modi Moore on the bench. Not 100% positive that was on the bench, but I did hear something come over the coaches' mics.
I think everybody heard that. So Goulding makes the foul shot and pushes their lead to 4. Lamb with Dellavedova on him. And then another rip through. This time it's Lamb getting Dellavedova's hands caught up. It's an easy call to make.
4th foul on United. Breakers will be shooting the rest of the way. Still no fouls on the Breakers here in the quarter.
It's Dellavedova's 3rd foul.
I got you.
McDowell White gives it to PJC. McDowell White with the catch. Metiang puts it up and in.
Oh, nice backdoor action, good reaction from both McDowell White and Matiang, especially with that foul finish.
Breakers want a timeout. United make a bucket here. Clark into the chest of Cheatham. In and out. PJC. Clark read it. And it will be Melbourne United ball, and Lamb wants to review it.
I thought Clark hit that from our angle. And Anthony Lamb is adamant he did not touch it. The review is happening. Modi Moore calls timeout to take a look at it, so we'll take a look at it as well. Should have a decent look at it with our baseline camera.
And so it is a coach's challenge with whose position it will be. And we'll have a look as well. That's the baseline camera.
Tough to see from there.
We're looking at the right of frame. And Ian Clark, looks like it came off.
Comes off here. Clark certainly hits it there.
That's Clark's deflection.
But you can't tell whether or not it was Lamb. From that angle, tough to see if it's Lamb or not. From the other angle, it looks like Clark hits it first. Not sure there's enough in here to reverse it.
Lamb, does he get the hand to it afterwards, a fingertip? See, it's Ian Clark changing the trajectory of the ball there. But it's whether or not Lamb got a fingertip to it just after Ian Clark touches it.
A huge call in the state of the game.
After review, the coach's challenge is successful. The call on the floor will be overturned. It'll be pink ball with 19 on the shot clock.
So it stays at that end of the floor with the Breakers. The coach's challenge, the second successful one in this game. Dean Vickerman United had one earlier. And that is a big call with 3:08 to go. Plenty of basketball still to come in this game. But every possession matters in the 4th quarter down the stretch.
It's now the United concentrate on the half-court defense that they've been so successful at tonight.
Cheatham, Bowen on him. McDowell White, Cheatham in the corner. Bowen stays with him. PJC on the baseline. Skipping through, falling away. Metiang, it's Cheatham. Off the glass and in.
Strong move by Cheatham. Just throws that shoulder in the chest of Bowen to clear the space and get the make.
We're tied up at 76. Clark. Putting it up. Great catch, Huck Porty. Huck Porty puts it in.
Mathiang all over that, nearly gets the steal, recovers nicely, but Hook Porty, fantastic underneath the bucket today, playing with great efficiency, 6 for 11 from the field for his 12 points.
Lamb has it, Dellavedova is all over him. Great defense. PJC with Ian Clark. 6 to shoot on the shot clock. Here comes PJC, falling away, bucket.
The shot making by both teams has been ridiculous today. Neither team backing up an inch and rising to the challenge time and time again.
Ian Clark and United now. Goulding for 3.
Not that guy.
Goes, bang!
You can't leave that guy open on the wing. The lack of communication at times in the half court for the Breakers has been tough. It's a loud gym, and there hasn't been that voice that has directed them properly.
Jackson Cartwright splits the double. Can he get the and what he does?
Oh, that's beautiful.
Gets 3 the hard way.
That is beautiful. That is such a soft touch. He didn't start the game well. He was playing poorly in that first half offensively. But man, he has lit things up here down the stretch. Look at the soft touch with the left. Somehow finds the net after hitting the back of the rim, bouncing around, and he is fired up.
Jackson Cartwright up to 20 now. Quiet through 3 quarters. Mathiang loves it. Jackson Cartwright at the line. 73% foul shooter.
Trevor's back in the ball game. 13 points, 11 rebounds tonight.
Nothing but net. All tied up at 81. Lamb, Dellavedova with a hesitation, runs into McDowell White. On the baseline, picks up his dribble, tries to find his big. It's Lamb and Hook Porty. Going to his right, stepping around, and he travels. Turnover, the 11th of the game for United.
Well, Anthony Lamb standing up strong in the post defense there, not allowing Hook Porty to get back to the left hand, forcing to carry on with the right and forcing a timely turnover for Breakers fans.
Clock winding down in the 4th quarter, coming up on a minute to go. Huge game in the scheme of things for the Breakers. Currently outside the 6th for the playoffs. Cheatham lost the handle. United and Dean Vickerman, what a timeout.
Timeout, Melbourne.
They did the job with the on-ball. Everybody was committed to Parker Jackson Cartwright, and Cheatham was ready for liftoff, but the air tower did not clear you without possession of the ball. Another turnover going the United way, who now have the chance to take control.
United holding a team to under 90 so far in this 4th quarter with 57 seconds to go.
This game is so tight. Obviously tied on the scoreboard, but not a lot of difference in statistical categories. The Breakers 35 rebounds to 33, 13 turnovers to 11 in the favor of United. 3 blocks for the Breakers, 4 blocks for United. This is just a seesaw battle between 2 teams who are desperate for a victory right now. United to keep themselves apace of the rest of the competition, and the Breakers to try and force their way into that top 6 calculation.
Well, they have championship contending defense to Chris Goulding and United. And won the last 9 games when allowing fewer than 90 points. Breakers with 81. United with 81. 57 seconds to go in New Plymouth. Breakers have to go to Sydney tomorrow to play the Kings on Sunday.
Delhi's going to start the ball with the possession. Are they going to try and get the ball in the hands of Clark or Goulding? Where is the play designed to go?
Here's Goulding, roots to Vitrus on him. Using the Hook Porty screen, went behind his back and lost the handle. Turnover number 12 for United. Will McDowell White, Cheatham in the corner, 2 on him. Breakers hold it. 15 to shoot. 30 seconds in the game. PJC with a runner. Hapani has it, and he gives it to Goulding and Dellavedova. There's a differential of around 3 seconds. Dellavedova over half court. Lamb on him. They spread the floor. Lamb right up on him.
Breakers fouls to give.
And he does, because Lamb has 3 personals now, just the first team foul for the Breakers in the fourth quarter.
Difference between the screen that we have in here and what's all we see inside the gym. On the screen that you're seeing at home, it says 2 fouls on the team, but there's just 1 on the board here. So the Breakers technically should be able to just keep fouling in this possession and not give the United a decent look at it.
9.9 seconds to go in the gym. 10 on your clock. And we're locked up at 81. I mean, if it's 1 in the gym, that's what the Breakers are playing for right now.
It's true. But at this point in time, with that many fouls to give, what the Breakers have to do is come out and just be aggressive. Don't tell the officiating crew you're going to foul, but go out and try and get the steal. You've got some leeway. You can go and be extremely aggressive, get your hands in there, whack at it, try and get that turnover. If the whistle blows, the whistle blows. Key is to do it before any United player gets that into that shooting motion, because you don't want to send any of these shooters to the line right now. Tie ball game. It's very, very interesting to see when the United decide to start this possession. Are they going to let it go down a little bit, or do they go right away to force the Breakers into using those fouls again?
Shot clock is off. Ian Clark with the ball will get us underway. Huge. Travers comes up, has it. Hands it off to Dellavedova. McDowell wide on him. 5 to go. Lamb with a switch. And a foul from Anthony Lamb. That's his 4th.
And that's interesting there, to get into the foul there. Just 3.6 left. With that amount of time left, if Lamb just plays solid defense, maybe you get away with it. But picking up his 4th personal now, he heads to the bench. He was so concerned about that 3-point shot, and then knows he's got those fouls in his pocket.
He has to sit Abercrombie, the veteran defender, out there. 3.9 in the gym. 4 on your clock on the screen. Dellavedova on the post.
Was that in the shooting motion, or was that before the shot?
Is that on the floor? It is on the floor. Dellavedova is like, I was in my motion.
2 shots is called.
And now Modi is working the referee who made the call.
Is it?
Who made the call here? And Dellavedova.
I think they're going to call timeout. They're going to challenge.
The reach in there.
I'm not sure this is challengeable.
I mean, Dellavedova is going up.
Well, he wants the ball. He wants to get these free throws going. I don't know what Coach Modi Moore is talking about right now. I don't know what the discussion is, but they're freezing. If I'm the United, I'm saying, hey, what, are we playing or are we not? And Modi calls the timeout.
It's not season-defining, this game, but it could be season-altering. Everybody is beating everybody. And this is a must-win game after they've won 4 straight.
We take another look at it. Where's the foul called? There's the foul. Goes into the motion after the contact.
They lost on Sunday to the Perth Wildcats after winning those 4 straight. This is a big call here.
There is no challenge. This is just a timeout. So he's going to the free throw line when he comes out of it. Dellavedova immediately one of those free throws, and he got him.
'81, 3.2 to go. Matthew Dellavedova will go to the line. The veteran, he's 2 for 2 for tonight.
That call was close. Could have gone either way, but it goes to the benefit of United. Now Matthew Dellavedova.
So the Breakers have one more timeout. So Dellavedova makes one. Do you try and miss the second and burn some clock?
I think, yeah, definitely.
So a huge free
in my
throw
opinion,
here.
once you get that differential, take away that opportunity to call timeout and give themselves a real chance at it.
This is a big free throw right here for the Breakers.
Ice water.
Ice water, nothing but net. So what's the plan here?
Oh, he's missing.
Yeah, he's missing.
Oh. You can't call timeout.
Timeout, Zylan Cheatham.
Unfortunately.
It's not the NBA. Unfortunately, your player cannot call timeout. United take the win in New Plymouth. They are stunned at TSB Stadium.
An unfortunate ending to a fantastic game. Not the ending we deserved, but just unfortunately had a brain cramp at the wrong time. Cheatham gets the rebound, had to get some kind of shot up. Knew there wasn't much time to try to do it.
And Chris Goulding is your Foot Locker player of the game. 24 points, 9 of 18. Chris Goulding.
But that's a team effort. Anybody could have been the MVP today. Could have been Travers. Could have been Dellavedova with a game-winning free throw. But what a performance in a hostile environment.
United captain, they get the win in New Plymouth, 82-81. Welcome back to New Plymouth. This is how it ends, 82-81. Great game of basketball down the stretch. Dellavedova and the veteran leadership coming to the fore, and they get the win here in New Plymouth.
Well, when they needed it most, they locked down. They did just enough offensively and defensively. They made things very difficult for the Breakers down the stretch, who move into, is it next to last place with the loss.
We've got Jack Jumpers and Illawarra next for you. That is a big game as well, but we are looking forward to it. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you again next week.